Hello friends, today I am going to present my thesis proposal which I am doing this semester for SYSU JIE, and my guide is Professor Terry A. The topic of my thesis is ultra low power rectifier circuit for energy harvesting from multiple energy sources. Let's first go through the abstract of my proposal. Extracting energy out of daily activities has been a challenge for a long time. Daily activities such as walking, dancing, driving, or machine vibrations generate energy which can be harvested using piezoelectric, electromagnetic, or electrostatic sensors. These sensors generate AC power which needs to be rectified and then further needs to be stored. Comparing the benefits of various rectifier solutions present in the market is the main aim of this thesis proposal. Energy harvester module present in the market is tested and its power characteristics are noted. An ultra-low voltage rectified circuit is selected which provides the rectified output to further charge the energy storage element. And then using off-the-shelf ICs operating at very low voltages, a self-sustained active rectifier circuit is developed from discrete components. The solution could serve the need of varied input impedance sensors, fluctuating and varied amplitude inputs. So what we are going to discuss in this proposal. First, I am going to take you through the introduction, why this particular thesis is important, what are we working on, what is the need of this in the present market, what has been done in the past, and what are we going to target, what are the benefits of it. Then we will go through the exact thesis statement. After that, we will discuss the approaches adopted to further test the thesis. And then we'll go through some of the preliminary results, and then I'll tell the work plan and what is the implication of this research. In the end, the list of references is also included. So let's go through the introduction. Portable wireless systems and sensor nodes are making a niche into our lives predominantly than ever before. RFID is no behind in this race. Radio Frequency Identification Device is the name given to the wireless radio wave technology that allows for a small RFID chip to be embedded in any physical object and uniquely identified by an RFID reader. RFID has number of applications including navigation system, retail, travel and agriculture. The small RFID chip that is attached to the physical object are not powered at all. It takes the energy from RFID reader and thus pass the information regarding the object to the reader. This is an example of passive RFID. Then there is active and semi-passive RFID also in the market. In this, RFID chip is fully powered and active all the time, while in semi-passive, RFID chip wakes up when RFID reader wants to get information. This semi-passive RFID has gained much attention as these RFID tags though takes small energy from RFID readers to wake up, but there is so much more information about the physical object that can be transferred. For performing this task of computation and data collection, RFID is attached with some sensors and hardware, but these components then need power for which RFID is not sufficient. We needed something which can generate the power from ambient environment and thus can power these components along with RFID tags. The AC power generated from these harvesters is not available regularly and is also not regulated to be used directly. So we have to rectify the input power and then store in some storage device which can be a cell or a capacitor. So we are going to find some circuits which can rectify the input AC voltage and give us a regulated output. To rectify the AC voltage, many solutions have been suggested in the past. Some of them include diodes, the other include Schottky diodes which has very less forward voltage, and the others include MOSFET and active diodes. All these have been proven to be very useful, but there are major problems with these circuits. For example, the normal diode has a forward voltage of 0.7 volts, while the voltage given by these energy harvesting sensors is very less. It's it is approximately 500 to 700 millivolts itself. So if there is a voltage drop in the diode, then there will be no power output at all. Then there is comes another, that's the Schottky diode. They have very less forward voltage, but again that voltage is still comparable to the voltage supplied by the energy harvester. So we have to devise some other methods so that the power loss is minimal. Let's go over the thesis statement now. Self-powered sensor node which extracts ambient energy from environment and power up itself without the need of external battery can solve many problems of world involved in monitoring and collecting data. Rectification of energy is one of the major requirements of these energy harvesters, as the input voltage is too low and rectified circuits have huge losses compared to the input power. Thus, deciding on which rectifier device to use for what sensor node, and if available devices in the market are good enough or not, is still a big question. This paper helps to find the solution of this question by comparing and presenting various benefits and characteristics for wise choice of rectifier circuits, and also help to understand the specific configuration for different energy harvester sensors. Now let's go through the approach and methods that we have adopted to find a better solution for rectifying the input voltages. So as I already said, we have compared three methods available in the market to find out which of them works best and which of them fulfill the need to extract energy out of these energy harvester sensors in a best possible way. One of them is LTC3588, available from Linear Technologies. It is a complete module of rectifier and boost and buck converter. So what we did exactly is, at first we examined the energy harvester module from Linear Technologies, which is a full solution for energy harvesting from piezoelectric sensor with impedance matching to provide the maximum output power. And to analyze and study this rectifier module, the module was first ordered and then SPICE simulation of this module was performed in LT-SPICE, available from Linear Technology itself. By adjusting various settings from the source and capacitor, power characteristics can be observed. Then we take the second module. It is a rectifier only solution which has a supply voltages of plus minus 15 volts. It can rectify very small voltages with the help of a active rectifier which is inbuilt in this module. TIP-D139 is a rectifier only solution from TI. It is a highly efficient rectifier circuit suitable for all kinds of inputs. The main goal of this design was to optimize the transient performance of the circuit with a 20 volt peak to peak input signal such that the output distortion near the transition region is minimal. Same as LTC3588, the P-SPICE model of this circuit will be simulated, and once the hardware is available, it will be tested for different input voltages corresponding to different energy harvesters sensors. Next we come to the third method, active rectifier from advanced linear devices discrete components. Advanced linear devices has many products for low voltages and current operation with minimal losses. These IC components are picked off the shelf, and a highly efficient full wave rectifier circuit is designed to take out energy any kind of input voltages and impedance. The circuit is designed to work on very low voltages, unlike TIPD139, which operates at plus minus 15 volts. So, the components used from ALD are analog comparator, which has a 1 millivolts of the threshold voltage for the gates, and it is a push-pull driver. Next is the MOSFET array, which also has a threshold voltage of 1 millivolts. Then we have capacitors for other circuitry and Schottky diodes. This Schottky diode has forward voltage of 150 millivolts. Now let's go through the preliminary results. So LTC8533 has been simulated in LTSpice for many configurations of the capacitor and load. Below is one such simulation result with two loads of 25K and two electrolytic capacitors of 150 microfarad each. The green color waveform is the output, which gives max to 1.8 volts and then decays. This is happening because of less capacity of the capacitors to provide sufficient current for the two loads of 25K. This necessitates the requirement of supercapacitor to store enough charge so that a load of up to 50 milliamps can be driven. Let's go through the implications of research now. This research will be able to help fellow engineers in designing a fully self-sustained ultra-low power energy harvester solution from the components and devices already available in the market. Based on the basic designs, we can further optimize it for advanced conditions such as voltage and current spikes, adverse temperature conditions, etc. We can build a complete SoC based on the results obtained from this comparison. It will also help in designing right energy harvester sensor, which will give maximum output. It will also help in selecting right storage devices depending on the output voltage and current available from the rectifier circuit. Results will also help to bring down the cost of overall module. The various references taken for this thesis proposal are listed below. Thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.